Hi everyone, I'm Groomer Valerie. I'm here to give you some helpful tips for brushing your dog or cat during these uncertain quarantine times where we're suggested to stay in and groomers are being told that we are non-essential. So we can't help you physically right now, but I'm going to try and help you so that you can take care of your dog's coats or cat's coats in the meantime. So as you can see, I have Scar up there, or this Tucker up in the window there, having a little sun bath cleaning. He's a little hard to see because he's right in the bright sun, but that is one of my cats up there who will likely not be in a demo video. He's pretty old and doesn't really enjoy grooming very much. So the first thing I want to talk about is nail trimmers. So if you are comfortable at home to do nail trimming, there is multiple kinds of nail clippers out there. I only have these two at home. I have other styles. It's really personal preference. Honestly, I use these small ones on almost every single dog that I groom. There are a few very large breeds, such as Great Danes, that have very large, thick nails, and I do need a little bit extra length and a little bit extra cutting space for so if you're comfortable at home, go ahead, all the power to you. If you're not, it's okay. Unless the nail is wrapped all the way around to the pad, we will be able to deal with this after when we are allowed to go back to work. So don't worry there if you're not comfortable. I don't want you to stress out. If you do want to try, make sure that you have some Quick Stop or Nail Safe, which is a stip dip powder. I'm not sure if I said that right, sorry. It's designed to use on the nail if you do cut too short. It can be quite scary. They will bleed quite a bit, even if you get just a tiny little nick on it. It's very vascular. It's also at the end of the extremities. It's at the bottom. So don't worry about that. If you're not comfortable, that's totally fine. If you are curious, there's all types of great information on the internet showing images and videos of how to do it. So I'm not going to be doing that. My pets are all on the getting more comfortable, so I don't want to be wasting time showing how to on them because I'm going to lose progress with them getting comfortable. So we'll talk about shedding coat type combs first. There is quite a few to choose from. This is a grooming rake. This is what it looks like when it's standing up. It's just got some straight pins. These ones are from me dropping it on the floor. This is why I have it at home and not in the shop anymore. But this is great for really long coats. It will get down to the skin very easily. There is also this Andis grooming rake, which is a great one. I have these ones everywhere. They're great for medium to long hair. You can use them on cats. I haven't at this point, but they're very effective at getting out hair. This is the same style, only just very fine. So this would be used secondary or in the really soft, fluffy shedding hair that Goldens have around their legs. And my other nosy cat just jumped up to say hello. So there's Scar. I'm just gonna push him out of the way because he will knock over the video. Say hi, Scar. There you go. All right. So now that interruption is done, this one is for those really soft, short hairs that are really soft, but they do shed. Goldens get them often around their legs and around their ears. So there's just an example of what I'm talking about. And for the really short-haired shedders, such as Bostons, curry combs are your best friend. They are all rubber, so you don't have to worry about their legs or anything. I use these on all dogs that shed their legs because you can get the hair, those short hairs out off their feet without worrying about hurting their bones, because in those areas they're typically very bony. Using a metal brush or comb isn't very comfortable, so this is very helpful. But this is the type of comb or curry brush that you want to use on a very short-haired shedding dog. You don't really want to use it on a dog who doesn't shed because it's just going to add static to your coat, and that's going to cause matting and tangles for you, which is what we're trying to avoid. So on to our long-haired, non-shedding breeds. So the two typical brushes that you're going to be looking at is either a slicker comb, or a slicker brush rather, or a pin brush. There's also many varieties of these. I will show you. I have two types of slicker brushes on me. This is a double-sided. It's also flexible. This is a great brush for those who are getting comfortable. It's an Artero brush. It's available at Ren's Pet Depot, along with many other places, I'm sure. And this is a very expensive one. It's got very long pins. You don't need to invest in a super expensive brush for your home grooming unless you really want to. This one's well over $100, so just keep that in mind, whereas this one is about $15 to $20 if I remember correctly. So it's not necessarily about how expensive the brush is. I invest in my tools because I use them a lot, so on a lot of dogs, whereas you will be using yours on typically one, maybe 2 or 3 dogs that you have at home. So feel free to go with a different style brush. They come in many shapes and sizes. You just have to pick one that's comfortable for your hand, because if it's not comfortable for you, you're not going to use it. As for the pin brushes, same thing. Lots of different styles. I have another one here that's a wood pin brush. So this is going to be providing less static than the metal combs are. But again, it's just personal preference. So I would use, for most people at home with long-haired dogs, I would go with a slicker versus a pin brush, unless you are brushing every day. If you are brushing every day, then go ahead, get a pin brush, because a pin brush is for regular brushing and maintenance. It's going to do less damage to the coat than a slicker brush will, whereas the slicker brush is going to help get out those tangles. And if you're not brushing every day, you're brushing maybe once a week, or really, come on, we all know most of us are barely brushing our dogs. This is the one that's going to help you get through those tangles that are in your coat from waiting too long. So we want to discuss also some products that you can use to help your brushing experience. So this is a coat conditioner brushing spray. It's also a detangler. It's a great product. It's a Best Shot Ultra Vitalizing Mist. So I really like their whole line. So I like the scent of this. It's not overly powerful. It's nice and fresh and clean smelling, but it's not super strong. There's a ton of brands out there. They're all very effective. It just comes down to personal preference. So go head out to the store, give them a couple sniffs, see which ones you like, because they all have a different smell. If you're looking for suggestions, I can help you. If you send me a message in the comments below, I will do my best to get back to them in a timely manner. But I do want to mention, if you're using the conditioner sprays when you're brushing, which you should be, just one spray per side of the dog is going to be more than enough to do your brushing. You do not want to saturate any matting or the dog. You don't want them to be soaking wet, because you're going to risk the dog getting scratches on their skin from doing such, like with the coat and the skin being so wet. Just like ours, it's much easier to cut our hands or scrape our hands when they're wet, like after we've just been washing the dishes or something. It's the same for dog skin. The other thing I wanted to discuss is shampoo. There are a ton of varieties. I only have a few here at home, but there's a couple great products, including Best Shot, which I do have, but it's a huge bottle, so I didn't want to bring it over. There's the Soothe, which is great. They come in many different scents as well. This product is probably one that I use on almost every single dog. It's Blueberry Facial. It's a Tropiclean product. It is very safe in and around the face. I've had most of the dog shampoos get in my eye at some point from dogs shaking while I'm bathing them, and I can tell you this one is the one that doesn't bother my eyeballs one bit, other than the fact that I have soap in my eye. Actually, it's not even soap, but the bubbles in my eyes. It doesn't leave red irritations. I'm not itchy for long periods of time after. There are products that are very uncomfortable in the eye. So usually I will wash the entire head in this just to be safe, so that nothing's dripping down into the eye. If you have a small dog, go ahead. You can wash the whole dog in this. They can all have one scent. It is blueberry scented, so sometimes that's too much for people. They don't want to have such a strong scent. That's totally fine. Just be very careful when you're going around the eyes that you're not getting the shampoo in the eyes, and you should be all good. I hope you guys are all healthy and safe and are enjoying some much needed time off at home with your pets. And I hope you all have a wonderful quarantine / social distancing experience. Okay, I hope this helps you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to get back to them. And like and subscribe for more videos to come. Okay, have a great day. Bye guys.